it's outrageous that this man would do that, just grab the hat out of the kid's hands. I feel bad for the kid, but he did try. He tried to defend himself there.
America saw the video. A grown man, a CEO, ripping a signed hat out of a boy's hands at the US Open.
The CEO who snatched a signed hat away from a young fan at a tennis match has officially lost his job at the company.
Outrage was instant. Memes exploded. But now, weeks later, the focus has shifted. Not just on him, but on her. The woman sitting right beside him, his wife, silent, motionless, watching it all unfold.
She's a mother. She has a child who looks to be about the same age as Brock.
And the internet is asking why. Because here's the thing, silence speaks. And in this case, her silence screamed louder than any defense he gave later. While her husband lunged, while the boy protested, while the cameras rolled, she didn't flinch, didn't grab his arm, didn't shake her head, didn't even whisper a word of restraint. She just let it happen. And in that moment, her silence looked like approval. Now she's paying the price. Social media has branded her the enabler.
Piotr Szczerek has spoken out on losing his job over the incident of him snatching a fan's hat at the US Open. The consequences continue to mount for the CEO who snatched a hat from a young tennis fan at the US Open.
The co-conspirator, the coldest wife at the US Open. Old posts from her Instagram about kindness, motherhood, charity are now being stitched into TikToks with captions like, "Really? This you?" Twitter threads dissect her jewelry, her expressions, even her seating position. Every frame of the video is forensic evidence in the trial of public opinion. And here's the twisted irony. Her silence is becoming a bigger scandal than his words.
Marshak then asked his fans to help him find the aggrieved child, and they did, and he made the child whole again.
Because at least he apologized. At least he mumbled something about mistakes. But her, nothing, not a statement, not a post, not even a vague note of sympathy for the boy. And when the world demands answers and gets silence, silence becomes guilt. Theories are running wild. Is she protecting him, protecting herself? Is this marriage built on arrogance and complicity, where taking from a child isn't shocking, it's standard? Some are whispering divorce. Others are whispering she's just as ruthless as he is, only smarter. And that's the cruel trick of viral scandal. The longer she stays quiet, the louder the accusations get.
That person who nicked that cap from a young tennis fan, he has apologised. That split-second exchange at the US Open.
Maybe she thinks silence shields her. Maybe she thinks people will move on. But America doesn't forgive silence. America punishes it. So here's the question Miss Cathy throws at you. Was the wife's silence loyalty, or was it guilt? Drop your verdict in the comments, because right now, the jury of public opinion is waiting. But it doesn't stop at home. The scandal that started in the stands has ripped through boardrooms, offices, and contracts. His company, once a tidy little empire paving roads in Poland, is now a battlefield. And the war isn't about cement or bricks. It's about reputation. Google reviews, torched. One-star bombs with captions like, "Hat thief runs this place," and "steals from kids, steals from clients." Emails pouring in, not with orders, but with outrage.
The CEO who snatched a signed hat away from a young fan at a tennis match has officially lost his job at the company.
Phone lines jammed by prank calls, angry customers, even foreign reporters demanding comment. And the money, oh baby, the money is bleeding. Partners are quietly walking away. Municipal contracts are suddenly under review. Competitors are feasting, sliding into clients' inboxes with lines like, "Why trust the hat thief's company when we can deliver without scandal?" Even the employees are in panic. Imagine being a receptionist, an accountant, a construction worker, and suddenly the world thinks you're complicit in a global viral shame. Staff are quitting, afraid their careers are chained to a sinking ship. Others are leaking to the press, anonymously, whispering about a toxic culture, about a boss who's always believed rules don't apply to him.
I don't know how much of this is true, but I won't be surprised if Anna is on full damage control on Polish forums.
And the CEO, he thought an apology would fix it. He thought a carefully worded statement about misunderstanding and humility would calm the storm. But no apology fixes Google-bombed search results. No apology stops review bombing. No apology rebuilds contracts when clients fear your name is radioactive. Because here's the brutal truth. When you steal from a child on camera, you don't just wreck your own image, you scorch your entire company. And when your company is your empire, the scandal is no longer personal, it's existential. This isn't just a CEO with a bad weekend. This is an empire collapsing brick by brick. And now the contagion is spreading. Because scandals like this don't stay contained. They spill, they spread, they stain everyone in the blast radius. Affiliates who once boasted about working with his company are scrubbing his name off their websites. Charities they donated to are issuing careful statements about reviewing partnerships.
He took off his hat to give to the boy, but that man snatches it away and takes off with it. After facing criticism online, the man responded by saying, quote, "If you were faster, you would have it."
Even politicians who shook his hand at ribbon cuttings are suddenly silent, their photos disappearing from social feeds. Everyone's running, everyone's distancing, everyone's pretending they were never close. And the collateral damage, innocence. Another company in Poland, with nearly the same name, just a single hyphen different, has been dragged into the chaos. Its CEO, Roman Skorotic, woke up to hate calls, one-star reviews, and strangers accusing him of being the thief at the US Open. He wasn't even at the match. He wasn't even part of the story. But the internet doesn't care about nuance. The mob doesn't pause for fact checks. Wrong name, right outrage. And that's the ultimate cost of one arrogant moment. A stolen hat became a stolen reputation for dozens of people who weren't even there. Employees, affiliates, even entire companies are bleeding because one man thought he could snatch from a child and get away with it. But here's the real scandal.
It was the hat snatch seen around the world, razor fast, and heartbreaking for this little tennis fan.
The wife stays silent. The husband pretends it was a misunderstanding. The company crumbles. Affiliates run. Innocents burn. And through it all, the boy, Brock, is the only one who got justice. The tennis player made it right for him. Everyone else, they're stuck in the fire. So when you see the memes, when you scroll past the TikToks, when you hear the phrase hat thief CEO, remember, this isn't just about one man. This is about a system of arrogance that infected his wife, poisoned his company, and scorched everyone around him. One hat, one moment, one empire in flames.